All right, in a story you will only see on WBTV, exclusive new video from Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools shows the moments a parent walked into Palisades High School with a weapon.
It's a story we've been following since the first day of school in August. Court records showed that Regina Mungin and her husband, McQuell Williams, were accused of bringing weapons to the Palisades High School campus on August 25th.
But Mungin says this was all an accident, and if anything, she feels this showed gaps in CMS's security system. WBTV's Katie Solt spoke with Mungin and showed her that new video. Katie joins us live this morning. Katie, what did she tell you about this?
She says the video that we're about to show you reveals what she says is the truth. She also feels this needs to be a wake-up call to other parents and wants to see changes to the way kids are screened at school.
It's taken a very emotional toll on myself, my husband, my son. It's been very hard.
Regina.
Okay, so this parent here, they're accusing her of going into the school with weapons. Her husband, and as she was, I guess she was her intent was to uncover the fact that the screening for students needs to be a lot more thorough, and I mean, it's in my opinion, it's other ways to do it, but she did it from an example perspective, so she can give an example. But you definitely have to be careful with this type of thing because, of course, we know it's been an uptick in school shootings, an uptick in violence within schools, and like mass casualties within schools, and even other public places. So you definitely want to think it through before you do stuff like this. But if she uncovered flaws, then definitely that's very commendable for her, and hopefully this incident will definitely bring awareness. I'm glad that it wasn't coming there on any type of malicious intent, and yeah, so I do agree. Schools have to definitely be a lot more thorough as far as just making sure that there's no weapons that's being brought into the schools. Because once the weapons are in the school, then anything can happen. And it's been a long time since I've been in high school. I know even back then, at first, there wasn't metal detectors or anyone checking, and there was multiple entry points into school. You didn't have to necessarily go through certain doors. You could enter the school from multiple different ways. So, it would be super easy to get like weapons and drugs and anything into the school. I mean, like, I've seen a lot, and this is like, I started high school back in like '03 to like '07. So, through that course of time, even that long ago, I seen a lot in high school. Like people would definitely be in school with anything on them. And a lot of times it's because, they want to protect themselves, or, some people was involved in like gang activity and things like that. So, and you never know when it's going to go down, honestly. So, in my opinion, like I said, I'm glad they wasn't doing it for malicious intent. They was doing it to try to show an example of, hey, if we can come in with these type of things, the students can definitely come in with these type of things, which in turn can create incidents where it's like, it could be very, very bad. I'm going to let this continue and see what else she has to say.
Mungin says since August 25th, she's been dealing with court appearances and lawyers after she and her husband were arrested at Palisades High School for bringing weapons onto the property. Mungin says it was an accident, and the weapons screening system never alerted the school.
I told them when I spoke to the assistant principal, I said, hey, my husband was able to get in with his work pocket knife, and nobody stopped us. Nobody said anything to us.
On this video, given to WBTV through a Freedom of Information Act request, you see Mungin and Williams walk through the front door and the screener. Video shows the couple walking through, and the system alert light stays green.
Those green dots mean that you're clear to go. If it turns red, that means that you need to be flagged.
Do you feel like the schools are even secure at this point?
No, I don't.
In a post on Evolve's website, it states, quote, Evolve Express was specifically designed to detect guns, but will also alert on many types of knives and some explosives.
So if the system, as they was just showing an example here, so this green light said, either the green for good or red for like, okay, this person needs to be searched, and this is setting off a red flag. And as you see, as they walked through, it was green. So the company, um, is saying it's specifically designed to detect guns, but will also alert on many types of knives and explosives. So why wasn't the work pocket knife that the husband brought in, why wasn't it alerted on that? I think these companies really need to, if you're going to offer this type of service to schools, especially in the climate that we're in with like with school violence and stuff like that, they have to work it has to work specifically for a wide range of different weapons and different objects that can be brought into the schools. Um, so this is like I said, this is definitely a learning lesson, and and even though this, like they said, it was an accident. With that accident, now you have a whole bunch of legal things that you have to go through. You possibly had to hire lawyers for yourself and for your husband, and that's going to definitely be very, very expensive, because a lawyer's time is not cheap. So if there's any more to this situation, I'm gonna definitely keep my eyes open to it, because as we know, like over the last few years, it's been like really ridiculous. I do remember when Columbine happened, but since then, you've had Parkland, you had several other different things that happened in schools, and it's just very unfortunate that the schools are the environment that people want to come and unleash violence, because it's just like, now you're scaring kids from wanting to go to school and want to obtain some type of education that could, even if it's just basic education, even if they don't plan to go to college, they at least can kind of get some type of essentials to where they'll be able to kind of use those things in life. So hopefully everyone learns from this situation, and hopefully that particular high school and all other high schools, middle schools and elementary schools, really, really take this very serious. Even colleges, even take all of this serious, everything that's been happening, and make sure that they have the proper procedures and the proper planning in place to deter and prevent, any type of malicious acts to happen on their campuses. But I'm gonna go ahead and kind of close this video out. I don't really think there's any more, that I can, state about this. I pretty much kind of wrapped up everything that I had planned out to say. But again, if you like this content, remember, like, comment, and subscribe. And once again, this is Justin Paul. Peace.